Welcome to Shared Virtual Machines Part 2. Now in Part 1 I kind of did the chalk talk thing about what shared virtual machines are and how you can go about doing them and some of the little nuances and gotchas. And in Part 2 here we're going to share a virtual machine. And then in a separate video I'm going to show you how to access that virtual machine as a shared virtual machine. So notice I've got this Windows XP Professional machine here. Now I could take it and just drag it into shared machines, or after I've selected it I could go to the VM menu item here and then go to Manage, and you will notice right here it says Share, and if I click that it opens the Share Virtual Machine wizard. Okay, and notice it's telling me here virtual machines cannot be shared unless powered off. So let's go out here and let's just power off this machine. Not very elegant, but it's quick, and that's what we're looking for here. So I'll go back to virtual machine on the menu, choose Manage, choose Share, and notice this opens up and I'm ready to go, and it gives me a next button. And now it's telling me to share this virtual machine, it needs to be transferred to the shared virtual machines directory, and I can call it I'll call it Shared Windows XP. Now how do I want to transfer this virtual machine? Do I want to move the virtual machine, which will physically move the folders to this particular location, or do I want to make a full clone? Now if I make a full clone it's going to take a little bit more disk space and it'll be a separate deal from this machine. Okay, well, I'm just going to move the virtual machine, so I'll click Finish, and notice how quickly that took place. Okay, and so notice my XP Professional machine went away. This is now a shared machine. Now notice I can still open this machine from my local location here. No big deal. This is going to open up and power on, and everything's going to happen just fine. Now I'm getting a BIOS boot up menu. Going to talk more about that a little bit later. I got that set up to show that to you, and got ahead of myself here. Okay, so just pretend you didn't see that. Maybe I shouldn't be talking so much about it, right? But I got nothing else to talk about while boot up is happening here. Anyway, you can see this is a shared virtual machine. I can work in it, but other people can connect and work in it as well. And so this is going to boot up, and it's going to take it forever. Okay, and as soon as it gets booted up, then I'm just going to power it right back off. I'm not going to shut it down. It's going to be kind of ugly here. But notice when I get ready to not share this anymore, I can highlight this machine, go to VM, go to Manage, and say Stop Sharing, or I can just grab this, drag it to my computer and let it go, and the Stop Sharing wizard pops up. And it says, where do you want to put this? If you're going to move it out of the Shared Virtual Machines folder, where are you going to put it? Well, I'm just going to put it right back where it was before. And so I'm just going to click Finish. Notice it's unregistering the virtual machine, and it's done. And when I click Close, it's now going to show up here. But since I changed the name on it, the name's going to be showing right here. So that's pretty much it. Now notice, and I didn't show you, and I should have, but if I click on virtual machines here, it shows me all my virtual machines, and I can create a new shared virtual machine here, and I can do all kinds of things. If I'd left my XP Professional down here, you would have seen it show up right here. Okay, so that's how to create a shared virtual machine. That's also how to unshare or stop sharing a shared virtual machine. Really neat functionality. This is something else that you should play with. Okay, so what I want to do here is I am going to just grab this, drag it back down here, and share it one more time, and we're just going to move it. And this is setting me up for the next video, because in the next video I'm going to show you how to connect to this machine remotely, and I'm going to do it from my own machine here, but you'll get the idea of how it happens. So join me in connecting to a remote server, and I'll show you how to access this machine as if you were somewhere else. Okay, so that is part 1 and part 2 of sharing virtual machines. You see how tough and complicated it is, right? Very easy to go take care of this yourself. While I'm here, let me click on shared virtual machines, and you can see now that that's here. Okay, finally he stops talking.